was great actually. Um, the story and everything was, yeah, I guess could have been better, but you know, I guess they don't want to change the lore too much to fit into the actual game lore. That would probably be impossible, so to make it as good as possible, they probably changed the lore a bit. I don't know the lore that good at all. I have just read a little bit about it, and I guess there are a lot of details and stuff that doesn't really add up in the actual movie compared to the Warcraft games. But the I guess the main plot of the movie is about the first war, when the Horde and the orcs from Draenor and Gul'dan, they destroy their own world, which is Draenor, and they have to like search for a new home, and it ends up being Azeroth basically. And they come to Azeroth, and the first Great War or something like that it's called. Yeah, that's what the movie's about. But I mean, I watched it in what's it called, 3D and with Dolby Atmos, and it was a great experience. I mean, the movie was awesome. All the effects and everything was really, really cool. So, and I also like to know a bit more. You can see all the different characters. You know some of them by name, but you don't really know what they do and how they are connected to the lore. But actually got me a bit more interested in World of Warcraft, and after I watched it, I definitely felt like I wanted to play the game more. Mostly because I want to know more about the lore, even though the lore in this expansion doesn't really have anything to do with the movie right now, but I guess that the movies will catch up at some time if they keep doing them. I'm also curious about how they are gonna do with expansions like Lich King and stuff, if they go that far. Because I think that the time span between like the first wars and Lich King, it's probably like a great gap between them in time. So there's probably a lot of years between the first war and the Lich King, for example. But yeah, I am definitely looking forward to the next movie because I definitely think there's gonna be another one. So I would like. Sorry about that. Someone called me on Skype, I'm not sure. That's probably not gonna be picked up in this video, but it was very, very loud for me in my headphones. So yeah. Oh, and they are gonna call again. And now my phone is calling. My friends are so stupid. They call on Skype, and if you don't pick up, they call and call and call and call like 100 times. Anyways, I kinda lost track a bit now. But yeah, the movie was great. It was really cool to see the different places like Stormwind, and how they made Stormwind in the movie, and all the names and stuff. So it got me interested in the lore, and I wish to get to know more about the lore. Because I think if you know more about the lore, the movie will be better, actually. So yeah, I'm gonna try to play a bit more. So, and if any one of you know a good way to get to know the lore, please let me know, because I would gladly do that. And if so, maybe we can make a bit of a informational video about it. I've always wanted to do that. Make a video explaining, for example, a character's lore in the game, but I don't really know where to get all the information, and I don't have time to spend to play all the games, because then I had to play the first Warcraft and the second one and the third one with all the expansions to get to know the lore. But it would be really cool to make a bit of a facts ASMR video about it. So yeah, I recommend the video, definitely. because I always like when watching these kinds of movies, like, oh yeah, there's that guy. I read about him. I did the quest line with this guy, and all of a sudden you see this guy in the actual movie, which is really, really cool. So I'm gonna try to pay a bit more attention to the different characters, and hopefully there's like a guide somewhere that you can follow that shows you which quest lines to do to get to know more about the different stories of the game. So I definitely wish I had played Warcraft more than I did, but I was very young when the Warcraft games were released. I remember as well, as much as I did.